Good morning. I just wanted to walk you through those of you who are B students aren't going to be on Zoom today since we won't have school tomorrow. I wanted to give you a little bit of instruction about the research narrative. This will be your summative writing assignment for second quarter. So it's important that we follow the instructions, and we're going to start by looking at the rubric. So clearly it is a narrative. So we've already written a few of those. Your Common App I would consider a narrative, and your story map. So we have a little bit of practice in showing and not telling and being kind of descriptive and having a clear beginning, middle, and end, incorporating dialogue. So I'm looking for, again, a clear beginning, middle, and an end from a first person perspective. So it's told from whatever character you create from their version of the event. You should incorporate, to get all of the points, each of these categories is 10. Up to 10 points, some sort of writing move. So that could be flashbacks or foreshadowing, certainly some unique way of presenting the research that you found. So, for example, 2 years ago, I had somebody who was writing about the wildfires in California, and they wrote it from a dog who was, got kind of separated from his family and was watching the news, and so the dog was our first person narrator, and gave us those, was like looking inside a house and was giving us the information, the research information that the student found through newscasts that the dog was watching. So that would be an example of a unique approach to sharing that research component. Figurative language, foil, word choice, repetition, all of those are examples of writing moves that you need to incorporate into your narrative. Less than 3 errors to get all of those points. There's no reason that I should be reminding you to capitalize letters, capitalize I. Make sure you do a good job of proofreading. Probably have someone else read it. We will have a rough draft. And then for the final draft, you need to make sure that you have all of your T's crossed and your I's dotted. You will be incorporating at least 20 facts from your research, so those need to be kind of seamless. They shouldn't stand out as like, oh, there's research. It should become part of the story. And again, that becomes a little bit of the integration part of that it shouldn't be distracting to the story, and I should have a clear tone. Are you excited or were you angry? What was your character experiencing as they're telling the story, as they're experiencing it? And do I hear their voice, or does it sound like you telling me the story of this person? So those are our objectives. And the first part of this assignment, I already have it open, is this brainstorming and sources. So you have to have at least 3 sources, okay? And we're going to talk about how those are going to look inside the paper. We're going to be using footnotes, and we'll do a lesson on that next week to make sure everybody knows how to insert footnotes. But so just a little pre-writing, and I would get this done sooner than later, is think about those eras or events that you are interested in yourself that's going to make the research part of this easy. So just kind of, you don't have to fill out all of these boxes, especially if you already know kind of where you want to set your story. I've had some done around the moon landing, from the perspective of a mission control member, their daughter who got to go to mission control when we landed on the moon. So that would be kind of interesting. I've had several 9/11s. I had one about the California wildfires that I referenced. And then I would say one about organ donation, which was really kind of interesting. And so it doesn't necessarily have to be an event. It could be a topic. It could be, a disease that you want to know more about. It could be about COVID. So let your imagination go wild with that. And then once you kind of have it narrowed down to that, pick 1 or 2 and then think about, answer these questions. Who would be these people that would be part of that story? Like real people, famous people that we know. And then who is your fictional person that you're going to create? And who do you think is most interesting? Think about other things that happened at that time and the events. What did people value? What was the economics like? What was a wealthy person's life like? What kind of jobs do people have? Think about their daily life. And then the last part is start your research, and you're going to put your sources here. And I need the MLA citation on this line. Okay.